You skip breakfast? With a bottle of Ensure, you get 9 grams of protein, 26 vitamins and minerals, and the calcium that your body needs. For the hectic moments of your life, drink Ensure.
With Ozone, get Wi-Fi with your MiFi. Get the Ozone data experience with your very own portable Wi-Fi hotspot wherever you go. No matter the device, share the connection, stay in the moment, and never skip a beat. Buy an Ozone MiFi and activate a MiFi or data plan of your choice. Get Wi-Fi with your MiFi with Ozone Wireless beyond a network.
We start with a yes, but when life takes unexpected turns, you can still say yes to more. The Scotiabank Aero Platinum MasterCard gives you points with every purchase that you can use to travel anywhere. Fly on any airline, anywhere, anytime, with no blackout dates. Plus, with just 20,000 Scotia points, you can say yes to select destinations. With Scotiabank Aero Platinum MasterCard credit card, it's easier to say yes to everything. Apply for yours today. Call or visit a Scotiabank branch to find out more. Conditions apply.
When your kids fall, you're always there to pick them up. Sagicor wants to do the same for you. Introducing Life Protector, an invaluable policy that provides you with a lump sum payment should you be diagnosed with a critical illness. With added financial flexibility to keep your family's future bright, we'll provide a helping hand when you need it most. For more details, contact a Sagicor advisor today. Sagicor, wise financial thinking for life.
It's more than just money.
Join the credit union Crib Club.
It's more than just money.
Home development with the Crib Club. You're young and you need to save money with the Crib Club. Savings have value and sustainability. So listen, children, show some discipline. It is beneficial for you. When you save, you see the value.
It's more than just money.
Join the credit union Crib Club. More than just money with the credit union Crib Club.
Yeah.
Live coverage of this 2018 edition, and we're here to cover the second day once again this morning. I'm here, of course, with my good colleague, Mr. Perry Barnett, soon to be joined by Mr. Michael Jules, and we're happy to have you in company. So welcome. Of course, we must say thanks up front to our sponsors, Pharmacy Sales Caribbean Inc., Ozone Wireless, Scotiabank, Sagicor, Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union, Bryden Stokes, and certainly Flawless Gym. Good morning to you, Perry.
Good morning, Ian. And just like the Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union slogan, this is where you belong. This is where you belong. Watching live coverage of the Esther Maynard Zone, the sole-sponsored Esther Maynard Zone here at the National Stadium. I'm waiting very patiently for Mr. Michael Juice to come back because we were discussing records yesterday, and there were 48 records, new records last year, and we are halfway there this year. 24 records were broken on the field track and in the field, and we're eagerly anticipating the breaking of more records today.
Yes, we certainly are, Perry. And as we look back at yesterday, in terms of the point standings which we have in front of us, I can bring our viewers up to date with what transpired in terms of the points among the girls, and you can take a look at the boys. In 10th position among the girls was the Ursuline Convent School with 4 points. There was a tie for 8th between Parkinson Memorial and Graydon Seeley Secondary School. They both amassed 27 points. In 7th place was the Ellerslie School with 39 points. In 6th was St. George Secondary with 60. As we look at the top 5, the Combermere School, they occupied 5th position with 111 points. In 4th was the Alling School, 121.5 points. And then as we look now to the top 3, Harrison College, they had 159 points. And in second was Springer Memorial with 267 points. And leading the way in the girls into today by some 30.5 points, the Christchurch Foundation School amassing 297.5 points, and that's how they finished yesterday among the girls, Perry.
Yes, and now going into day 2, it's going to be a mad scramble because 30 points is gettable for the Springer Memorial School. So it's not over yet. It's not, as I said, done and dusted. The fat lady hasn't even begun to warm up her voice. So they still have a long way to go, and the Christchurch Foundation is going to have to fight. Let's look at the results in the boys. 10th position, the Ursuline Convent, 1 point. 9th, Parkinson Memorial. 21 points. 8th, Graydon Seeley Secondary School, 36 points. 7th, Ellerslie Secondary School, 53 points. We have the St. George Secondary School in 6th position with 89 points. Cormormere School in 5th, 103 points. We have there the Allen School doing well in 4th, 140.5 points. And the top 3, just 6 points ahead of the Allen School in 3rd. The St. Leonard's boys, good to see them up in there, 146.5 points. In 2nd position, Harrison College, 188 points. And really and truly having a commanding lead so far in the boys, but this is still at the end of day 1. We have a whole day of competition to go. The Christchurch Foundation School, 224 points. They're leading the boys. So it's going to be a fight in both the boys and the girls categories. And it comes down again to the PE teachers and the sports program marshalling their troops, so to speak, correctly and strategizing and trying to get across that line.
Yeah, strategy is going to be of utmost importance here today as we continue to follow the competition. Of course, like we said, in terms of points, Christchurch Foundation looking to do the double today. Whether they will do that still remains to be seen, because we have a number of events on track today. We have the 800 meters, we have the 200 meters, we still have 4x4s to take into consideration. As you know, the long jump for the under 13 girls is in progress. I'm seeing some high jump action in progress as well. There's discus, there's shot put, it's track and field. So a number of things will take place today, both on the track and in terms of the field, and we have to see how things will play out among the girls and certainly among the boys. Will Foundation be able to capture the title today in both boys and girls? We will have the answer for our viewers by the end of the day for sure. We will have some official word for you to let you know exactly how it's going to pan out, but for now we have to follow it and see what's going on. Now, Michael Jules has, I believe, gone down to, I think, the long jump area, so we should have some action pretty soon from that field event.
Yes, we have a few field events going on at present. I see some young men over there doing the javelin. It looks like under 15. They look fairly young. We have the under 13 girls long jump that will be being contested right in front of us on the southern sandpit. We also have over there, we see some big guys on the 17, it looks like, doing the shot put, and we have some under 17 girls high jump going on. There's some action over there by the discus cage as well. So even though nothing is going on the track, there's still a hive of activity here at the National Stadium. Athletes are all over the place. I see them getting themselves ready. Those who are going to be coming out for the first track event for the day, I passed through the athletes village and I saw them going through their paces and warming up. I got some feedback from some of the athletes. They're all eager. They're all excited. Everyone is upbeat. Even the athlete, I spotted one athlete from the Ursuline Convent, and he was all upbeat. He said, "Don't mind." He said, "We got a point. We got a point." Right? So everything a little bit content, as I say, Ian, is great again, and he's very happy with that 1 point, and that harbors well for them. It's good to see these private schools coming out and participate, not just making up a number, but actually trying to compete.
Yeah. And we certainly do look forward to seeing more of the private institutions in the future come out and certainly offer some, I guess, keen competition as well to, let's say, the more established public schools and so on. We certainly do look forward to that. Now, for our viewers, I must let you know that we have our competition. So please feel free to share the link with your friends, with your family, your work colleagues. Share it with somebody. Let them know that Sports.bb is here at the National Stadium and we're bringing live coverage of the Esther Maynard zone, the Saul Esther Maynard zone, that is. And in terms of the competition, now you must like Sports.bb's Facebook page. You must also like Pharmacy Sales Caribbean Inc.'s Facebook page. And you must tag, well, hashtag. That's the term now. Hashtag Brighton Stokes. Hashtag Brighton Stokes. Hashtag Flawless Gym. And you must answer the giveaway question correctly and send your answer to our inbox. Not to our answer. You must send your answer to our inbox. The question for today, though: how many stands are there at the National Stadium, and who are they named after? Please, we want you to give the names. How many stands are there at the National Stadium, and who are they named after? That's today's question. So please send your answers to our inbox. We anxiously await your response. Now, let me let you know very quickly what you can win. In terms of prizes, you can win a Pharmaton pack compliments Brighton Stokes. You can also win a Sports.bb Fan Zone t-shirt, or you can also be the winner of a hamper compliments Pharmacy Sales Caribbean Inc. And another option there as well, we have 1 week pass to Flawless Gym, and that is something that a lot of people may very well be excited about.
Yeah, and while you rack your brains for the answer, we're going to turn over now to, we're going to join Michael Jules. He's down trackside. It looks like he's over by the shot put area. So we're going to go over to Michael Jules now and hear what he has to say. Michael?
Yes, and we're over here at the under-17 boys shot put. And this event is in progress. This is the third attempt for each of the competitors. Just throwing there from the Graydon Seeley secondary, Alex Duguid Green. Up next, Ross Waldron of the Combermere School. So as we say, the third attempt for these competitors here in the under-17 boys shot put. .36 meters for Waldron. Up next, Jaden Jackman of the Christchurch Foundation School. Pretty decent throw from Jackman. So we'll get the distance for Jackman. 9.34 meters for Jackman. Next up is Tristan Lovell of the St. George Secondary School. Again, remember these are the third attempts for these guys, under 17 boys. The zone record, 13.02 meters, and that was set in 2016 by Josh LaRose of the Grantley Adams Memorial. Tristan Lovell of St. George Secondary, and we'll await the distance. 7.32 meters for Lovell. The BSSAC record was set way back in 2008 by John Jones of the then Garrison Secondary, 14.95 meters. So a legal throw from Jaheim Blackman of the St. George Secondary, 8.55 meters. Still a far distance from that record of 13.02. Kemar Sherman of the Christchurch Foundation should be up next, but we don't see him. Instead, we see Jonathan Cox of the Allen School. And he has the correct body type, no doubt, for the shot put. And giving a shout there, releasing the implement, and this should be a decent throw. Jonathan Cox. Yes, 12.24 meters. So that's a good one from Jonathan Cox of the Allen School. And I believe that will bring us to the end of the 3 rounds, the first 3 rounds. The officials will now arrange the competitors in order. And shortly we'll know those who will be advancing to another 3 attempts. A total of 15 competitors were on the list to compete. And pretty soon we'll get to know who those top 8 are who will be advancing to another 3 throws. Again, 13:02, the zone record, and we saw Jonathan Cox with a 12-point. We have the high jump in progress, the girls' discus. We also have a long jump going on in front of the spectators, so they'll have a good vantage point there for that long jump. We also have the javelin on the other end of the arena, the northern end. Seems like under 15 boys, junior boys rather, in the javelin. So we'll get the announcement of the competitors who will be advancing. So while we get that info, maybe we can switch back over to you guys on the top and continue your coverage until we get the order from the top 3.
Thank you, Michael. And we're eagerly looking forward to all the competition over there in the shot put area.
Yeah.
And we know that those young men are going to be giving of their best.
But as we look forward to the events on track, of course, we must let our viewers know that the action on track starts at approximately 10 o'clock. And the first event on track this morning will be the 400 meters hurdles.
Yes.
That should be followed by, I think, the 800.
Well, there's 400 hurdles for the under 20s.
Yes.
And the under 17s. Then we're going to have the 300 hurdles for the under 15 boys and 200 for the under 15 girls.
Yep.
And then we go on to the 800s.
After the 800s, we'll have the 200s, and I believe we should then be looking down the home stretch, Perry.
Yes, for those very competitive
4x4s. So a long day ahead of us, lots of action, and we certainly want to thank Michael Jules for going over to the, is it shot put area?
That's a shot put, yes.
The shot put area to bring us some of the action happening over there. So it's now just about 9:45 across Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean. So that means we're just about 15 minutes away from the start of the action on track. We are seeing already the officials have started to lay out the hurdles. So we should be on time this morning as far as that event is concerned.
We should be seeing the first set of athletes coming out through the tunnel quite shortly, and we're gonna, because we know those athletes, we want to bring them out, so they set their blocks and stuff, do their first run throughs, get everything sorted so that when there's go time, they're ready. It's another beautiful day here though, Ian. Lots of clouds in the sky, and they're not menacing, to quote my colleague Michael Jules, but it lends to a good atmosphere in terms of the conditions for athletics. We're hearing the cheers there. Kalisha Downs of the Christchurch Foundation School just made a very spectacular leap in the under 13 girls long jump, and knowing her from knapsack, she is a very accomplished long jumper as well. So it's going to be good to see. I think last year we were commenting that the under 13 girls at the primary school division were jumping further than the under 13 girls at the secondary school. So maybe we'll see if she's gotten any better since last year.
Well, Perry, I know that we have, of course, covered a number of these sports days, these inter-house meets and so on. And we have a number of the interviews with some of the young stars. We have that in our arsenal. So during the course of the day, we're going to be allowing our viewers to get some of the interview action that we would have done at the respective host sports. Of course, Foundation being the defending champions, we have a number of interviews from the Foundation into house meet.
Yes.
And we are going to be sharing those with you today, so you have those to look forward to as well. Especially now that there's a lull in the activity. Things like these are important, Perry, because we need to know who our young stars are, so we can pay attention certainly to when they progress from this stage. They go on to the Carifta games, and when they go on to the senior and hopefully elite levels, we can be able to identify them, not just us being here as, you know, persons who are into track and field and follow it closely, but the public as well. We certainly want our public to be aware of who our young athletes are. So right about now, I'm going to allow our viewers to get a glimpse at some of our young stars and their perspectives, their preparations, and how they would have gotten themselves organized really for this year's track season.
You skip breakfast? With a bottle of Ensure, you get 9 grams of protein, 26 vitamins and minerals, and the calcium that your body needs. For the hectic moments of your life, drink Ensure.
When your kids fall, you're always there to pick them up. Sagicor wants to do the same for you. Introducing Life Protector, an invaluable policy that provides you with a lump sum payment should you be diagnosed with a critical illness. With added financial flexibility to keep your family's future bright, we'll provide a helping hand when you need it most. For more details, contact a Sagicor advisor today. Sagicor, wise financial thinking for life.
With Ozone, get Wi-Fi with your MiFi. Get the Ozone data experience with your very own portable Wi-Fi hotspot wherever you go. No matter the device, share the connection, stay in the moment, and never skip a beat. Buy an Ozone MiFi and activate a MiFi or data plan of your choice. Get Wi-Fi with your MiFi with Ozone Wireless beyond a network.
It's more than just money.
Join the credit union Crib Club.
It's more than just money.
Home development with the Crib Club. You're young and you need to save money with the Crib Club. Savings have value and sustainability. So listen, children, show some discipline. It is beneficial for you. When you save, you see the value.
It's more than just money.
Join the credit union Crib Club. More than just money with the credit union Crib Club.
Yeah.
So we were with Kobe Hudson. Kobe, now you absolutely shattered the record in the 400 meters under 15 boys. Is that your pet event? Is that the event that you were concentrating on? And was it your objective today to run down the record?
Well, today my objective really going into the race was just to win it. If the record came along, of course I'm happy with it, but the event that I'm really focusing on at BSSAC is going to be 400. I will be running the 8 as well, but 400 really will be my focus.
Will you be running the 2 as well?
No, I start running 200s.
Okay, well, congratulations to you, Kobe. All the best in the remainder of your events, and we certainly look forward to seeing you in the zonal meet and in BSSAC doing some fantastic things for Christchurch Foundation.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Okay, thank you, Ian. I'm here with a very special young man, special to me and special to Christchurch Foundation, Delano Wickham. Delano, your first year, Christchurch Foundation School. How is it going?
So far it's going okay. The atmosphere obviously will be different from Ali School for the years I was there, but it's good they welcomed me and stuff like that. And yeah, so far it's going great.
Okay, so we've been seeing you going leaps and bounds today. And did you know how close you came to breaking that all 200-meter record by Willan Louis? You get 0.14 of a second. Yes, so you were really motoring. So you're not at school, first year on the 20, and second year on the 20. Second year on the 20. You have one more year on the 20. Okay, second year on the 20. You're here at Christchurch Foundation School. Where can we see Delano Wickham in the next 3-4 weeks?
I will be at the Louis Lynch Championships, which is after Relay Fair this weekend. And the following weekend is, I think, Junior Nationals, which is another big meet in Warriors. And then after that would be BSSAC Championships.
So can we see Delano Wickham's name on the plane ticket going to the Bahamas by Junior Nationals?
I would hope so.
Yeah, and this in terms, you have some very quality quarter milers at the school with you. I am calling the 4x4 relay for Christchurch Foundation School based on the caliber that I've been seeing. We're here with Jalea Denny. We're here at Christchurch Foundation in the House Sports at the National Stadium. She's the champion in the under 17 girls 100-meter dash. It was very close on the line. Jalea, you need to talk us through the race from the start to the finish.
My strategy was to strive 10 meters at least and strive through the rest.
So your drive phase, you had a 10-meter drive phase. Okay, and you came up with blocks already, but I saw yesterday you were doing a lot of work with your starts. Not with the blocks. Why aren't they using the blocks at the sports?
I'm not sure, but it would be better to use blocks to get that push.
Yes, we had that discussion yesterday at St. Michael's School Sports as well. But moving on, it came onto the line 12.66. Lenani Hallock 12.69, and Dominique Wood, I believe, she was 12.83 or something like that. That 12.66, what does that mean to you?
Well, it was a rough start for this season so far, but I'm gradually getting there from 12.90 to the 12.66, so I'm improving as it goes on.
And that 12.90 was just last Saturday, so in the space of just less than a week, you've lowered your time to 12.66. By the time BSAC roll around and trials roll around for Carifta, where can we see Jalea Denny aiming to be?
Well, I'm aiming for 11.95, and I know I have to put in a lot of work to get there.
Okay, so and you're in how many of the relays this afternoon?
Leilani Haddock, she's coming through. We've seen you come through all of the ranks. We've seen you at knapsack. We've seen you at under 13, under 15, and now under 17. What has that journey been like for you?
Well, not all the time I would have won, so it was a tough journey, but I didn't give up, so I'm proud of that, and I will keep pushing and pushing.
In terms of your development right now, where would you say that your strength lies? What is your pet event? We saw you competing in the 4, and in the 200. You won the 200. What would you say is your pet event at this stage? Because even though you won the 2, that may not be what you prefer. Where is your strength right now?
Well, to be honest, my pet event is the 200, because in the 100 I don't really get a fast start, so I'm starting to focus more on the 400 and the 200.
So coming from the primary school, your events mainly would have been the sprints, the 1s and the 2, and you transitioned obviously when you would have gone to foundation, now into the 2 and the 4. What is the goal and the focus beyond BSAC, maybe even Carifta? How do you see yourself? What do you see track and field as something that you may want to pursue, maybe to reach the elite level one day?
Yes, please. I honestly want to get a scholarship, and I hope I get one, because I would like to go on to college and excel over there.
For the rest of the day, you have how many events left? The 4x1, are you running the 4x4?
So, guys, welcome back. We're looking forward to a very exciting second day of competition at the Saul Esther Maynard zone.
Yes.
And we're going to be starting on the track with the 400-meter hurdles for the under-20 boys. And they're going to be going 84 centimeters. And the zone record was set in 2017, just last year, by Rivaldo Leacock of the Christchurch Foundation School. And the BSAC record, 51.64, was also set by Rivaldo Leacock, then representing the Lester Vaughan School. And the zone record, 53.00. Guys, do you think we have anyone in here who might be able to eclipse this mark of 53.00?
We have. Let's look at the second heat, the second section, and see who's coming up in that one before we make that determination, Michael.
Not seeing any names that ring a bell in the first section. So let's see what we have in the second section.
Yes, I see a guy by the name of
Rasheem Griffith.
Yes. Rasheem Griffith could possibly challenge it.
So all eyes will be on him
for
in
sure.
the second section.
So just 2 sections up for the under-20 boys then. And we'll keep our eyes on the clock for that 53.00. And also on that 51.64. I don't believe that he may try to assault the BSAC record at this stage. He may wait until the final then to, you know, give us that outstanding performance that we would so love to see. 51 seconds or even a 50 point at this stage would be really, really exciting to see.
Oh yes, most definitely.
Capable athlete. So
and
look forward to it.
I know yesterday we were talking about clubs, all of the various clubs within the country, and one we failed to mention, which, you know, we must be getting rather old. We forgot Quantum Leap, and there's so many athletes competing here from the Quantum Leap program, and that's a club that is run by Gabriel Burnett. So they've produced quite a number of outstanding athletes, Mara Weeks, and the list goes on. And we're going to see several of them being on show here at the BSAC Championship.
In terms of the various clubs, Michael, and certainly Perry as well, just for the benefit of the viewers at home, if I am a parent, say I have a child and my child shows potential, let's say, in hurdles, is there a particular club that specializes in hurdling?
Well, there are several coaches who have reached the level 4 stage of the IAAF coaching certification system. At level 4 is where you are a specialist in a specific area. I know the track and field world has now termed it run, jump, throw. So the runs are divided into sprints and hurdles, middle and long distance. The jumps, the vertical jumps, you have the horizontal jumps, and then of course you have your throws, which will even go as far as the hammer throw, which we don't do here. However, if you're talking about hurdling, the same Gabriel Burnett with Quantum Leap. We also have Brian Holder, that's velocity management. And then hurdling, the other club will be Rising Stars with Alwyn Babb. I believe he specializes in sprints and hurdles also. Then if you're talking about middle and long distance, of course the elite distance program would be the other one. I think most of the other clubs have coaches who are general coaches and are up to, let's say, the level 3. I know the high performance program with Adrian Thorne, that's also, he's a level 5 actually, which is the highest you can go to in terms of coaching with the IAAF certification system, and his specialty is also sprints and hurdles. So you have a wide variety of coaches with specializations across the length and breadth of Barbados, some who are very active, and then there's some who are not that active.
So we've just given our parents some advice, those viewers
yes,
who are parents, so you can feel free to engage one of the clubs, of course, depending on what your child has shown potential in.
I always say this though, Ian and Perry, I always advise parents who are now starting out with their children to go and have a look. Just don't take my word or Perry's word or the word of anyone else in track and field world, but you should go have a look, see what's going on with the various clubs, see what the programs are like, have some conversation with the coaches, and then you can make that decision.
Also, Ian, to plug into that we also remember the age of the athlete.
Correct.
We also have to remember that from, let's say, 7 up until under 15, on the 9, on the 15, they're basically supposed to be multi-event, which means that they're supposed to be able to do everything. And that's where you will get your gauge and as it will transfer then to event specific, which is on the 17, etc., which events are stronger for them. So there's nothing wrong with you putting your 9-year-old child in the hands of what we would call a general coach,
or multi-event
coaches. Okay, so they get that well-rounded base, that well-rounded foundation, and then you can move them on to specialist coaching if you so choose.
And that ties in really well with the mandate of track and field in terms of coaching, the different levels and the different stages of athletic development, where you begin at that multi-event stage where the athletes from, let's say, 7 years and upward, they are exposed to all the event areas, the run, jump, throw aspect that we were just talking about. So they learn all about running, they learn all about jumping, all about throwing, the basic techniques of all the different event areas. As they develop, as they mature, as they get more athletic years and move upward in development, then we begin to determine what areas they would go into.
Fantastic. On the line though, we're about to get the action started in terms of the under 20 boys. They've just gone off the track to be brought on once again. So in a short while we have the lane assignments, Michael.
Yes, pretty soon we'll know how these guys are going, who is going to be chasing this 53.00, and are they ready to come out as yet? I see Cheryl, that's Sharon Strawn. She'll be doing the honors today, just checking to make sure the guys, and she's one who likes to have these guys tuck their shirts into their pants and look decent when they run. So we're just awaiting that.
Just giving them the signal, and they're making their way out onto the start line.
So what they will do?
The first athlete coming across in front of the tent right about now. Yes, the athlete from St. George Secondary School.
So they'll line them up. So as the athletes make their way onto the arena, we'll give you the lane assignments. In lane number 8, and he'll be moving first. The idea is to start getting the athletes from the outer lanes up first, so that by the time we get down to lane number 1, we'll be ready to go. So in lane number 8, representing Harrison College, Rashim Griffith. In lane number 7, from the Christchurch Foundation School, Shomari Shepherd Rollins. There he goes. In lane number 6, another guy from Harrison College, Darian Bushell. Number 832 there on the screen. In lane number 5, representing the St. George Secondary School, Kyle Joseph. And a nice spelling of Kyle, K-I-L-D.
Interesting.
Brendan Hoyt will be in lane 4, representing the Christchurch Foundation School. He's one who should put up a good fight here in this one. In lane 3, from the Combermere School, Tristan Allman. Lane 2, Kobe Griffith of the St. Leonard's Boys, and in lane 1 from the St. George Secondary School, Shaka Moore. So these 8 guys will be chasing the zone record of 53.00 that was set just last year by Rivaldo Leacock. And by the way, Rivaldo Leacock is now a collegiate athlete. He received a track scholarship, and All reports, he's doing pretty well over in the United States.
We wish
So
him all the
Perry,
best.
I believe you have the privilege to call this on the 20 boys 400 meter hurdles.
All right, thank you, sir.
Under starters orders.
And a good clean start for this, the only section, one section, the under 20 boys 400 meter hurdle, and we see going out on the outside. Griffith going nice, Rasheem Griffith going nice and strong on the outside. Coming up on the inside as well, you see the athlete from Christchurch Foundation, that's Brandon Hoyt. Those two are going to be the one doing the running at the 200 meter mark, Griffith and then Hoyt. But Griffith is out front and running. He's running the race of his life in lane number 8. Rasheem Griffith, he is really out and gone from the rest as they come off the turn now, coming down the final 100 meters. Still Rasheem Griffith out by himself, just running his race and doing quite well. You see Brandon Hoyt, trailing in second, but they're not going to catch Rasheem Griffith as he's going to run across the line right about now. It's going to be interesting to see the time. Brendan Hoyt finishing up now, and the other athlete from Harrison College, Darian Bushell, coming in. And kudos to St. George Secondary there, Shaka Moore finishing 4th. So St. George is going to get some points as well. As a matter of fact, all of these athletes will get points because there's only one section.
Yes, once they complete the entire race, they will earn a point, at least 1 point. The points go again, 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 from 1st to 8th position. So kind of, as we predicted, Rasheem Griffith is just a matter of
the time.
How fast did he go? Do you guys believe he ran better than 53.0?
I think he's capable.
Well,
it is possible, rather.
I know he's capable.
I think it's possible, and based on what he did just now, I think he has a chance at breaking the 53.
Okay, so we'll await that result. And coming up will be the under 20 girls 400 meter hurdles. They'll be going at 76 centimeters. That means that the hurdle crew will now have to lower all the flights, and there are 2 sections coming up for the under 20 girls in the 400 meter hurdles. So I believe we can mention our sponsors, Ian, take a break, and then we will come back in time for the under 20 girls 400 meter hurdles.
Of course, Michael, our coverage today is brought to you by Pharmacy Sales Caribbean Inc., Ozone Wireless, Scotiabank, Sagicor, the Barbados Public Workers Cooperative Credit Union, Bryden Stokes, and Flawless Gym. We are going to take a break and come right back with more action from the Saul Esther Maynard Zone here at the National Stadium.
And we are back here at the National Stadium for the second day of the Sol Esther Maynard Zone BSAC 2018. Coming up next will be the under-20 girls 400-meter hurdles. The zone record, Ian and Perry, 66.39 seconds, and that was set last year by Tiana Boyne of the Christchurch Foundation School, another athlete who has transitioned from BSAC and earned herself a track and field scholarship, and she's I think she's in Texas as well. And the BSAC record 60.69 set in 2012 by Shakira Hall, then of the Coleridge and Parry School, and another athlete who went on to earn a track and field scholarship. And something about Shakira Hall, she represented her college not only in track and field but also in volleyball. Very good volleyball player, Shakira Hall. So the athletes are now lining up, and we have 5 going in the first section of the under-20 girls 400-meter hurdles. Ian, your call.
Oh my, well, thank you very much, Mr. Michael Jules. As we get ready now for the lane assignments. In lane number 6, Sierra Coward representing Springer Memorial. In lane 5, we'll have Afraka Bino Ford representing Harrison College. In lane 4, we'll have Dana Haynes representing St. George Secondary. Lane 3, Nadia Maynard, Christchurch Foundation School. And in lane 2, Kayla Walters representing Graydon Seeley. Of course, the athletes competing in this, the first section of the under-20 girls 400 meters hurdles. The hurdle set to a height of 76 centimeters. And just to remind you of those records once again, Tiana Boyne's record, zone record that is, 66.39, set just last year. And there they go. For the under-20 girls, let's see who is doing the early running. Some distance already created between herself and the rest of the field. It looks like Sierra Coward of Springer Memorial on the outside. Also looking pretty good is Nadia Maynard of Christchurch Foundation as they go across the back stretch. So most of the running being done here by Sierra Coward of Spring Memorial and Nadia Maynard of Christchurch Foundation. As they now approach the 200-meter mark, still looks to be Coward, but I think from this vantage point, as far as I can see, Nadia Maynard is really closing that gap. Turning now, coming off the turn and looking to stride for home. Nadia Maynard is in the lead now. Sierra Coward losing some gas, but it's all Nadia Maynard. Nadia Maynard lengthening her strides, arms and legs pumping as she makes her way down toward the finish. Nadia Maynard of Christchurch Foundation. It looks as though Sierra Coward is out of it. Nadia Maynard, though, taking the lead, and in second place now from Harrison College, Afraka Bino Ford. She is going to be in second place. Third place goes to Sierra Coward from the Spring Memorial School. Those are the top 3 finishers in the under-20 girls. This is the first section, of course. Another section coming up, Michael and Perry.
Yes, and I can tell you there that the Christchurch Foundation posse is, I think they're starting to get the chicken warm and the fish and the sandwiches prepared, because I can tell you they're going to have a feast in the next few hours after they retain the girls' title and begin to celebrate the boys as well.
Yes, Michael, and
it's a bold call.
Well,
is it done yet?
From my vantage point here, where the under 13 girls were jumping it,
yes,
it looks as if they would have gotten a gold in that as well. Through the efforts of Kalisha Downs.
Yes.
So they're well on their way. They have a 30-point lead. And
then if we count that win there in the long jump, that's another 10 points.
Yes.
So that's 4. That would move them a little further away. And this run here, we have another competitor from Foundation in the second section of the under 20 girls. And so we also have Springer Memorial in here. So you know what always happens when we get this tussle between those top 3 teams. It's just a matter of if you can maintain the lead you have. And we're seeing Christchurch Foundation doing a pretty decent job so far of maintaining that lead. It's still early days, but we have the 800 meters to come. We have the 200 meters to come. Of course, those field events are very, very vital, but it seems as though Christchurch Foundation, they are holding their own in the field as well.
Yes, they're doing exceptionally well this year. Of course, they were second in the boys last year, but this time around, they're looking to do the double, and they're certainly making their presence felt here at the National Stadium in this, the Saul Esther Maynard zone.
For sure. So the girls are now making their way out for the second section. Only 4 going in this one. And we'll give you those lane assignments in a minute. So stay tuned. Remember, Sports.bb bringing you live coverage of BSSAC 2018. Tell your friends. WhatsApp your friends. In lane number 5 then, representing Harrison College, Cara Douglas. In lane number 4 from the St. George Secondary School, Christina Taliam. Lane number 3 from the Christchurch Foundation School, formerly of the Lester Vaughan, Azriel Chatterton. And in lane number 2 from Springer Memorial, Drewan Clark. And of course, we saw Drewan Clark yesterday in competition. So 4 girls going here in this final section, under 20 girls 400-meter hurdles, chasing 66.39, the zone record.
Azriel Chatterton is a fairly accomplished athlete over the hurdles as well.
So they're off and running. Kind of slow start there for Cara Douglas from Harrison College. So we'll see how they go over the first hurdle. Chatterton has moved on. She's over the first hurdle, over the second, ahead of the field. So Chatterton looking to get some points in for Christchurch Foundation. She's being challenged though by Drewan Clark of Springer Memorial. So those are the top 2 here. So it's Clark and Chatterton at the 200-meter mark. I think Drewan Clark now has the advantage. Yes, she goes over the hurdle first. So it's Drewan Clark of Springer Memorial and Azriel Chatterton, those 2. So Springer, Christchurch Foundation at it. Drewan Clark looking to get a good time, maybe to win the event overall. So it's up the straightaway they come now. Drewan Clark now with the lead, definitely. Azriel Chatterton, she's gonna be in second, no doubt. But it's all Drewan Clark of Springer Memorial. She's gonna finish just about now. And if she has a good time, that will earn her 10 points for Springer Memorial. Azriel Chatterton finishing up quite slowly, but a fast finishing Douglas of Harrison College. And the other competitor from the St. George Secondary coming up as well. She is going to finish just about now. So that will complete the under 20 girls 400-meter hurdle. So we'll just await the result of that one so we can know who are the top 8, where the points go. The under 17 boys 400-meter hurdles will be coming up next.
Yes.
We're going to take a break here and return in time for the under 17 boys 400-meter hurdles.
No time for lunch? With a bottle of Ensure, you get 9 grams of protein, 26 vitamins and minerals, and the calcium that your body needs. For the hectic moments of your life, drink Ensure.
When your kids fall, you're always there to pick them up. Sagicor wants to do the same for you. Introducing Life Protector, an invaluable policy that provides you with a lump sum payment should you be diagnosed with a critical illness. With added financial flexibility to keep your family's future bright, we'll provide a helping hand when you need it most. For more details, contact a Sagicor advisor today. Sagicor, wise financial thinking for life.
With Ozone, get Wi-Fi with your MiFi. Get the Ozone data experience with your very own portable Wi-Fi hotspot wherever you go. No matter the device, share the connection, stay in the moment, and never skip a beat. Buy an Ozone MiFi and activate a MiFi or data plan of your choice. Get Wi-Fi with your MiFi with Ozone Wireless beyond a network.
Yes is a beautiful word. It empowers us. It brings satisfaction. And since you earn up to 3% cash back on everyday purchases with the Scotiabank Gold MasterCard, that's a lot of satisfaction, a lot more often. Plus, you get a welcome bonus from the get-go. Scotiabank Gold MasterCard is the card that keeps on giving, so it's easier for you to create many more precious yes moments. Apply for yours today. Call or visit a Scotiabank branch to find out more. Conditions apply.
It's more than just money.
Join the credit union crib club.
It's more than just money.
Home development with the crib club. You're young and you need to save money with the crib club. Savings have value and sustainability. So listen, children, show some discipline. It is beneficial for you. When you save, you see the value.
It's more than just money.
Join the credit union crib club. More than just money with the credit union crib club.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the National Stadium here in Bridgetown, Barbados, and to our second day, final day of competition at the Sol Esther Maynard Zone. The under-17 boys 400-meter hurdles getting ready to go. 2 time finals. Ian, what are the records that these guys will be chasing?
The zonal record held by, that looks like, Jamula Estwick formerly of St. Leonard's Boys. A time of 51.11 seconds set just last year. And the BSAC record held by Rivaldo Leacock, a time of 51.38 seconds. And that record, Michael, was set back in 2014.
Yes, so this first section, 5 competitors going, and we'll give you the lane assignments shortly as they prepare to assault. Actually, that zone record is 57.11 seconds, and that was set last year by Estwick of the St. Leonard's Boys. 57.11. I see Perry smiling, so I believe we have, when I see Perry smile like that, I think it means that a record has been broken.
Let's go.
So, but before that, you can hold on to that good news while we get ready to introduce the competitors for the under-17 boys 400-meter hurdles. And in lane number 6, from the Ellerslie School, Randall Stevenson. In lane number 5, representing St. George Secondary, Nathari Sargent. In lane number 4, representing the Christchurch Foundation School, Nathan Maynard. Of course, he'll get loud applause. In lane number 3, from the St. Leonard's Boys, Henri Clark. And in lane number 2, from Harrison College, Matthew King. So these are the under-17 boys who will be going in the first of 2 sections, 400-meter hurdles. Another good day for competition. Overcast, but no rain threatening. Rather windy. A lot windier than yesterday, I must say.
Yeah. And not a lot of sunshine either. It's not unbearable. Sometimes this heat can really be cumbersome, Michael.
Oh, yes. So the applause we're hearing there is for the under 13 boys. And those guys are just practicing and getting applause. We also have a high jump in progress. So they're off. The under 17 boys first section. King, Clark, Maynard, Sargent, and Stevenson. And let's see how they'll go over the second hurdle. Wow, pretty even at this point. The St. Leonard's boy is looking good. Henry Clark. Yes, he's off the hurdle first and going. And he attacks that next hurdle. Not a magnificent hurdling technique, but definitely he's running in between the hurdles. So Henry Clark of St. Leonard's boys, the thing with the 400-meter hurdles, there are 10 hurdles, and by hurdle 5, they begin to get taller and taller, Perry. So the under 17 boys, 400-meter hurdles, Henry Clark of St. Leonard's boys leading the pack as they come into the straightaway. He's now approaching the penultimate hurdle. And now to the final hurdle, rather, Henry Clark of St. Leonard's boys. He's getting some competition, though, from Natari Sargent of St. George Secondary, who streams into the lead and wins and leads Henry Clark into 4th position as Matthew King of Harrison College in there and Nathan Maynard and Randall Stevenson of the Ellerslie Secondary, rather, in the mix. So, again, as we've been saying all along, you have to finish fast.
Clark seems to be in a bit of discomfort, though. I see him grabbing that left hamstring area, Michael. So I don't know if that would have played a role in his slowing up at the end.
For sure. But our winner then, there, from St. George Secondary,
yeah.
Nathari Sargent. And I know, Perry, you were commenting on the fact that you've seen more and more athletes from St. George Secondary in the hurdle events.
Yes, Michael. It just goes to show when you that the people, the teachers at the school, they've been going through the BSSAC format. They've been analyzing the results, and they know one of the weaknesses that St. George Secondary has had over the years was the hurdle events. As a matter of fact, when the Leicester Vaughan School won the boys, they won heavily on the backs of their hurdlers. So these are points now that they're getting that they never used to have gotten before.
Yes. And Perry, you have some good news for us. I think this is a good time to let us know what this good news is.
Yes, it looks like one more record on the chopping blocks. We're going to go back to the we're going to go back to the under 20 boys. Right, so Rivaldo Leacock's old mark of 53 seconds flat. Wow. That has now been replaced by Rasheem Griffith's run, 52.45 seconds.
Lovely.
So that brings our tally now to number 25.
So we're keeping track, Ian?
Yeah, definitely keeping track.
Great. 25 records. Do you think we're going to get up to that 48 set last year?
It's quite possible, Mike.
Yes, it is possible. It's possible.
So that's good to see Rasheem Griffith maintaining that form that he had from last year. And he had an outstanding year, and we're hoping that he can do the same thing again. 52 seconds is pretty impressive for an under 20 boy. Obviously, as he moves on to the Carifta stage and beyond at the regional level, we will want him to be going a little quicker than that, 51 or even 50 point, as we get ready for a second section in the under 17 boys 400-meter hurdles. And the athletes are now approaching the line where they will be introduced. And Ian, you will also introduce to our viewers these competitors.
Certainly, Michael. Let me take the opportunity to commend the meet organizers today. We started bang on time today, 10 o'clock sharp, with our track events as planned. So kudos to the organizers. In lane 6, representing the Combermere School, Mikhail Herwood. In lane 5, representing St. Leonard's Boys, O'Shea Brathwaite. In lane 4, Aaron Spencer, representing Harrison College. In lane 3, Andel Dash, Christchurch Foundation School. And in lane 2, Ayalfa Ned, representing St. George Secondary. Should be interesting to watch Aaron Spencer and Ayalfa Ned in this one.
Yes, those two are the ones who stand out to me Alpha Ned was always a very tall chap. Even at primary school level, he was always very tall, and it's good to see. I love to see when these children make the transition. And here he is now as under 17, still involved in track and field. This is what I like to see.
And certainly, Perry, when you would have had a hand in their initial development.
Well, I would have met him at the primary school level, and a lot of us PE teachers would have tried to instill in him the confidence to continue. But they're off and running, and we're going to see how that goes. At first, as they approach the first hurdle, we see, as expected, Spencer and Ned going over the hurdles first. Spencer and Ned still there, but Aaron Spencer has the best of the lot right now. Ned in second. Spencer going out looking very comfortable as he runs between the hurdles. Still Ned in second as they hit the 200-meter mark. It's still Aaron Spencer and Ned. Still Spencer, then Ned, and then the athlete from St. Leonard's Boys is there as well. That's O'Shea Braffett. As Spencer comes off the bend now, it's still Aaron Spencer coming down the home stretch. Ned in second. Aaron Spencer looking the stronger of the lot. Goes over that hurdle a little awkward. Ned goes over a little awkward as well. I guess, as Michael said, the hurdles are now about 6 feet tall. And they're going on final hurdle. It's going to be Aaron Spencer running to the line. Alpha Ned crossing second. And a fast finishing Yearwood from Colmere School finishing third. That's the top three in that heat. We're going to have to wait for the times. Remember, these are all time finals. But a good run from Aaron Spencer. He looked very composed all up to the last 2 hurdles.
Oh yes, a good performance there from young Aaron Spencer of Harrison College. And do you know if Alpha Ned trains with a track club?
I believe he's training with. They have a new PE teacher at the school. He was formerly at the Princess Margaret School. That's the coach for Performance Track Club.
Okay.
So I think what he has done, he's incorporated most of the athletes who are not in clubs into his track program at Performance Track Club.
Because when you look at a guy like Alpha Ned and you know where he came from knapsack, etc., I believe a guy like him with that kind of talent and ability should by now he's in the under 17 age category. By now he should be into some serious training, into a regimented system. And I see some great potential from this lad Alpha Ned.
Yes, Michael. He's one for sure. And once he's getting the training he's supposed to receive, and he's putting in the work.
Yes.
And once he's putting in the work, he's one that we really will have to watch in the future.
Yes. So again, we are coming up to the under 17 girls 300-meter hurdles next. So what we'll do while the officials get those hurdles ready, we are going to take a short break and return to the National Stadium.
No time for lunch? With a bottle of Ensure, you get 9 grams of protein, 26 vitamins and minerals, and the calcium that your body needs. For the hectic moments of your life, drink Ensure.
When your kids fall, you're always there to pick them up. Sagicor wants to do the same for you. Introducing Life Protector, an invaluable policy that provides you with a lump sum payment should you be diagnosed with a critical illness. With added financial flexibility to keep your family's future bright, we'll provide a helping hand when you need it most. For more details, contact a Sagicor advisor today. Sagicor, wise financial thinking for life.
With Ozone, get Wi-Fi with your MiFi. Get the Ozone data experience with your very own portable Wi-Fi hotspot wherever you go. No matter the device, share the connection, stay in the moment, and never skip a beat. Buy an Ozone MiFi and activate a MiFi or data plan of your choice. Get Wi-Fi with your MiFi with Ozone Wireless beyond a network.
Yes is a beautiful word. It empowers us. It brings satisfaction. And since you earn up to 3% cash back on everyday purchases with the Scotiabank Gold MasterCard, that's a lot of satisfaction, a lot more often. Plus, you get a welcome bonus from the get-go. Scotiabank Gold MasterCard is the card that keeps on giving, so it's easier for you to create many more precious yes moments. Apply for yours today. Call or visit a Scotiabank branch to find out more. Conditions apply.
It's more than just money.
Join the credit union crib club.
It's more than just money.
Home development with the crib club. You're young and you need to save money with the crib club. Savings have value and sustainability. So listen, children, show some discipline. It is beneficial for you. When you save, you see the value.
It's more than just money.
Join the credit union crib club. More than just money with the credit union crib club.
Yeah.
We're back. Guys, the under 17 girls 300-meter hurdles coming up next. I know Perry Barnett is very, very excited to see what will be happening, not in this first section, but definitely, actually, yes, in this first section.
Yeah.
But before we let you know why Perry is so excited, the zone record 44.81 set in 2016 by Hannah Connell of the Christchurch Foundation School, and the BSSAC record set in 2010 by the famous Akila Jones of Springer Memorial, 42.61 seconds. And I think I recall when Akila ran that 42.61, she did not compete at the Carifta Games in the 300-meter hurdles, but if she did, she would have won a gold medal if she could duplicate that 42.61. And that would tell you about the depth of the athlete by the name of Akila Jones.
A talented young lady on the track, and certainly off of it as well. She's a multi-eventer.
Very, very talented. So coming up then, the first of two time finals for the under 17 girls, and they'll be starting over at the 1500-meter mark. Our cameraman, is he able to give us a zoom so we can get the lane assignments there? So in lane number 2, representing Springer Memorial, Naomi Gardier. In lane number 3 will be Jasmine Green of the Combermere School. Lane 4, Tia Hines of Harrison College. Lane 5, Jamisha Stanford of the St. George Secondary School. And in lane 6, no doubt all eyes will be on her. She already broke the sprint hurdles record. She now has an opportunity to do the same in the 300-meter hurdles from the Christchurch Foundation School, Sarah Bell.
Yes, Michael, and just like Akila Jones, I will dare say that I'm going to call this one for Sarah Bell. And the record, the zonal record especially, can be threatened. We saw her run the sprint hurdle, and if we can do the analysis and the calculations and add in the fatigue factor, etc., she should be running under that 44 for sure.
The watch is coming out, Perry.
Yes, well, you know me, and you would know coaches from the old days always used to walk around with a stopwatch around the neck.
Yeah,
I remember Mac Fingal when he first came to the large school, always had a stopwatch in his hand or around his neck. So I have my stopwatch right here, and I'm going to try and give a hand time for this on the 17 girls 300 meters. Of course, we'll await the official result, but like Perry, I have no doubt that Sarah Bell has what it takes to go definitely under 44.81 seconds.
Athletes now being introduced by the stadium announcer, so we'll be on the way very shortly to see these athletes. Of course, Gardier, Green, Hines, Stanford, and Bell.
Young man there from the Combermere School in the under 13 boys long jump, and he's been pretty impressive. Definitely a crowd pleaser.
Yes.
The spectators giving loads of applause to him.
And kudos to them for that, Michael.
Well,
they've been cheering all morning.
And I think the bulk of those spectators, though, are cheering for Christchurch Foundation.
Yes.
So I guess they appreciate talent when they see it.
Always good to see.
And it is so important to have the support of the spectators. The atmosphere speaks a lot to, I would say it's conducive to good performances. You come to the stadium and you just have a handful of spectators. That atmosphere does not necessarily lend to the athletes performing the way they should. But, of course, when you have a packed stadium and you're hearing the cheering, the screaming, it motivates you.
It certainly does.
So, Perry, your call.
Helps to get that adrenaline flowing.
Okay, so they're rating the start on the starters' orders.
Athlete there from Christchurch Foundation.
Daniel Duncan. Unfortunately, he fell backwards when he landed.
Never a good thing.
It was a big jump. And they're off, and especially Sarah Bell is out like a flash. And she's going to approach the first obstacle. First, there she goes. It's all Sarah Bell running her race by herself. The rest are chasing. Sarah Bell looking very, very compact and composed over those hurdles, going low over the hurdles. That lead leg is snapping over, and she's really going as they come off the bend. Sarah Bell, Christchurch Foundation, all alone by herself as she comes to the second last hurdle, approaching the last hurdle. Is all Sarah Bell. All she has to do is sprint to the line, and we see her driving her arms, elbows going back, punching back.